I am always sharing and saying that there are alternatives. You don't have to look at Australia, UK, US. There are alternatives. And what's even better is you can travel for free. Hey folks, it's your one and only Waka Doctor, always bring you the best gists when it comes to moving abroad. You know how we do it on this channel. We basically just share information that has to do with moving abroad, living, working, and moving abroad. A few things before I share the hot gist that I have for you today. Say number one, I am not on WhatsApp and I'm not on Telegram. I noticed that people drop comments in the comment section trying to make you send money or send messages on WhatsApp or Telegram. It is not me. The only way to reach me is in the description box of this video. I also like to put it out there that I'm not on Telegram as well, so take note of that. A few months ago, I wrote a book that describes how you can move abroad if you want to do it all by yourself, without needing the help of any agent. You want to go abroad without having to use your degree. You want to go abroad using skills. You want to go abroad without a work permit. You want to get scholarships and all that. I have it in the book, and the book is titled Move Abroad by Force. If you want to acquire this book, very, very affordable book, it's in the description box of this video. Click on the link. It will take you to the page where you can access the book, and the book is yours. Now, I am always sharing and saying that there are alternatives. You don't have to look at Australia, UK, US. There are alternatives. And what's even better is you can travel for free. When I say for free, some people don't believe me. They think I'm joking. But I'm going to talk to you, or I would let someone share with you that these things are possible because she's done it. She's traveled 3 different countries without paying a dime. Let me not talk much. Let me bring my guest. I'm not even going to call her name because I want her to call her name. It's very sweet to our hearing. Very sweet, sweet name. She's going to introduce herself in a few minutes. But I want to share with you that this opportunity, you need to take it seriously. It opens any moment from now, in a few weeks, in a few days to weeks from the recording of this video, and has a very short time for you to apply. Anybody can apply for it, whether you've got a second class upper, second class lower, you've got a third class, you can still give it a try. You've got a higher national diploma, you can give it a try. Every nationality, doesn't matter where you're from, you can apply for this as well. And this is the opportunity you might have to move to Europe for free. All right, welcome to my Waka kingdom.
Thank you, Waka Kingdom. I love that. I mean, it's more like Waka Travel Diaries.
Yes. Do you want to share with my guests, my community? Tell us your name, tell us where you are, tell us how you got to where you are, tell us what you do.
Yeah, so thank you so much. So my name is Nduta Wambura, and some people call me Jane, so you can might as well call me that. And I am currently living in Lisbon, Portugal, so the sunny side of life. And I got here because of Erasmus Mundus Scholarship. So I did my scholarship, master scholarship actually, from 2015 to 2017. And I really liked the program, honestly speaking, because I got to go to quite a number of countries. I spent more time in Portugal, but I also had some conferences as well as some mobilities in Spain as well as in the Netherlands. So it was really eye-opening for me. I loved Europe. It was my first time in Europe. And then I was like, I fell in love with Portugal and came back and settled in. And 5 years later, I mean, what we say,
became a citizen of Portugal, just like
that.
Amazing. And is it true
yeah,
that you can actually live, study, and even work in 3 countries at the same time?
Absolutely, yes, it's very true. So usually Erasmus incorporates at least a minimum of 2 European countries. So that's the very minimum. So which means that within the 2-year period that you are actually going to study, you can go to a minimum of 2 countries. So which means that maybe your first year, you go to one country, the second year, you go to the other country. or every semester you're moving to a different country. So that's the beauty of
that's amazing. I'm going to ask you now, people who are married, would they be able to move with their families? Huh? They want to know, is it possible? I had a friend who also applied for this scholarship, got in. She was single at the time, so she got in. But I think in her first year, she got married and her husband moved with her. But I don't know, is that still what obtains at the moment?
Well, it's very possible for someone to actually move with their family. However, Erasmus does not cover for the family. So it would mean that maybe their spouse have a job, a remote job, or maybe they're working independently, and so on and so forth. So Erasmus does.
So your husband can come with you, but would not be able to benefit of all those payments they will give you.
No. Yeah.
And I remember one of the benefits that is till today still blows my mind: relocation fees, installation fees, and all the fees. The fees they just give to you is it every month or every year? How does that work?
I mean, Erasmus is one of those generous programs. So every single month you get a monthly stipend. Wow. And it used to be €1,000 for older programs, those which have contracts, in the older generation, 2021 and earlier. And that's it. And then now from 2021 going on, we've been having newer programs which now give €1,400 per month. But wow. This is incorporating the installation fees as well as the, transport allowances and all these kind of things. So it's actually amazing. It's still a little bit more money if you think about it.
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's more money. And this is fantastic, Undota. Let's get into it. I know that you have a presentation to show us. Talk to us about this Erasmus Mundus Fellowship and how people can benefit from it.
Absolutely. I would love to go through that. And so I will share my screen now and, be able to give all the good stuff. I know people are just looking to hear more and see whether they can actually join in. So, I introduced myself earlier, but I will just highlight that, yes, you can reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram. I am Nduta Wambura on either one of these, so please feel free also to email me on the email that's displayed here, studyabroad.nduta@gmail.com. And please make sure that you're not sending me an email just saying hi or a message saying hi. I know you get quite a lot of those waka waka. So, let's talk about the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Program. So before, perhaps maybe someone would have seen an EMJMD before. So after the new financial period, 2021 to 2027, the D was dropped, and now we have EMJM. So it's Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Program. So in brief, what is this? Because someone might be asking, so what exactly is this? So it's basically a high-level integrated and transnational study program at master's level. So this is purely for your master's, not for any other course. And it's a master program that is of very high excellence because usually they incorporate international universities, so which are European universities, as well as nowadays, we also have other universities coming in from across the globe. So you might find that a program has some sort of consortiums or some agreements actually from other universities, perhaps maybe in the Asian continent, in the US, also in the African continent has become quite the norm nowadays. And basically what is happening here is you're being paid to study. So you're on a fully funded scholarship whereby you're getting a monthly stipend, your tuition fees is covered, you have insurance covered, and you get to meet people from all over the world, and you get to move from one European country to the other because it incorporates at least a minimum of 2 universities within the European continent. So this is a fantastic opportunity for you to be able to actually go ahead and apply and shoot your shot and come and study your master's. Now, so what does this mean as an individual? You might be asking, so, okay, so does this apply to me? Yes, it does, because it's a global program. So it is open to pretty much everyone globally. And I know WKa&x, you have loads of people who are listening to this, from all over the globe. And it is open to students worldwide. So which means that, it's not just for Kenyans, it's not just for Nigerians, it's not just for the Asian community, it's pretty much everybody. So you must have a first higher education degree for you to be able to qualify. However, an equivalent of it, for example, what in Nigeria, I have lots of Nigerians asking me about higher national diploma. So an equivalent of it could be like a higher national diploma. However, you have to ask the consortiums whether they can consider that as something that, would qualify you to apply for the program. So this is something that you have to pretty much ask them. However, we've seen loads of people who've had higher national diplomas being accepted into the program. So it is very much possible. Now you have to not have had another EMJM scholarship before. So you should not have benefited from an EMJM scholarship before for you to qualify. And basically what usually happens here is that there's a pool of applicants from across the globe, and the consortiums or the program coordinators choose from this pool of applicants from across the globe. And from there, what they do is that they send these applications to the universities that are participating, which means that you do not need to apply separately to the universities. So once you apply on the program website, this is it. The scholarship coordinators will send this your application to all the universities, so you don't have to lift a finger, separately as other scholarships do. So you apply directly to the program website, and we're gonna go through that in a bit. And I just want to speak a little bit about, so what is it in for you, because people are always like, okay, are you sure it's fully funded? Like, I have so many Kenyans being very skeptical, always asking, so is it fully funded? What should I expect? And all these kind of things. So now, once you go to the program website, you will find out that some programs might still be offering 1,000 euros per month in subsistence cost, which is paid every single month, while other programs will be giving 1,400 per month. So those programs that used to exist before 2021, they had contractual agreements with the European Union, because this program is fully funded by the European Union. Then you will find out that they are being given 1,000 euros per month. And those programs as well will have an installation cost of 1,000 euros during the first year when you begin. You will also have 3,000 euros per year, and this is for 2 years. So, which means that you will be getting 3,000 euros, which is the maximum. It usually depends on, obviously, the distance from where you came from. So, which means that if you obviously came from the African continent, it's more than 4,000 kilometers away. So, they usually calculate this. And again, they would also be able to see whether you qualify. Some people don't even qualify for installation costs, depending on whether their country was a program country or it was a partner country. So this is information that you can find on the websites, the program websites. And for the newer programs which signed contracts starting around 2021 going on, you'll find out that they're being given 1,400 euros per month, which incorporates the travel cost as well as installation cost. So this is something that you would need to see. You can also be able to fully fund yourself, and some programs might give you some sort of funding for special needs if you tell them that you have some sort of special needs. And this is between 3,000 to 60,000, depending on the need. So now what do you do now? Because I know I've spoken a little bit more about, okay, so this program is giving you so much. So what do you do from hearing this information? What you need to do is to go to the catalog and check out the programs that you could qualify for. And these programs would basically, be not, for example, the way we're used to in our African, student system, whereby you see an MBA, you will see an MSc in finance. These programs, the names are not connotated the same. So you would need to go through the catalog and see which programs do I qualify for, because some programs might say, hey, you know what, as much as you might have an IT background and this is a business course, we would also need you because it's usually experience based as well as the skill sets based programs. So which means that it would be prudent for you to go through the whole catalog and see which program actually fits you best. And I would say, please make sure that you can at least do a good search and come up with at least 3 to 5 courses that you qualify for, so that you can cast your net as far and wide as possible. So check very closely for the documentation that is needed for each and every one of these programs, and I will show you that in a little bit. And then prepare the documentation that you need. Generally, you would need your passport, you would need your degree certificate, your transcripts, recommendation letters from at least 2 people who know you very well. These are usually potentially lecturers. You would also need a statement of purpose. You would need an English test for some programs. You can ask the consortiums or the program coordinators whether they can waive this English test for you ahead of time before you even apply. And in some cases, they actually say yes. However, if they say no, you would need to do that English test as stipulated. You also need a residence certificate, which you can get from your area chief, and also a CV, which we recommend to have it in Europass format. However, some programs do not necessarily say this as a mandatory thing. Now, once everything is ready, then you're ready to apply on the program website, and you would need to submit before the deadline. Usually these programs would be open between somewhere October all the way to January, and each of the programs have different deadlines. So which means that you need to be very careful about the deadlines and making sure that all your documentation is in place. So now, once you go to the program website, so I will go to the catalog, what we keep on saying. When you ask me about the scholarships, I will tell you, please go to the catalog and check and be able to, see which programs are the best for you. So this is the catalog that we keep on blabbering about. And this catalog sometimes can be a little bit off, because it's 193 programs enlisted right here at this point in time. So sometimes when you use the keywords, you might get frustrated because you might not see the programs that you need. So I usually recommend going through the whole catalog. I know it's a lot, it's more than 10 pages, and then identifying which program that you would need. Now, in this case, what I will do is, for example, use one of these programs. So I will use this first program, European Master in Tourism Management, which is something I know WKa&x doctor would want. And usually, now I think usually you would find all the information on the program website. So once you see the name of the program, European Master in Tourism Management, right at the very bottom of each and every one of the programs, you will find the acronym of the program. So this is the program that, basically I was talking about, European Master in Tourism Management. So some of the things that you need to actually check for is, first, what is the program about? Read and see, what the program is about, where it's going to be offered in. And in this case, for example, it's going to be in Denmark, in Slovenia, and also in Spain. So you can be able to see exactly which universities that you will go into. And then the most important thing that you also need to check is the admission criteria and the deadlines. So usually the admission criteria will tell you, what are they looking for? So in this case, for example, it says here that they are looking for someone who's completed a bachelor's degree. They will also talk about the English test. and they will talk about the documentation that you actually need. In this case, for example, like I mentioned before, they do need your CV in Europass format, and you can basically just go to the Europass EU format and create your CV from there. They would also need proof of English, motivation letters, recommendation letters, your passport, which is obviously the first thing that you have to have if you want to study abroad anyway. And, again, they will tell you about the application deadlines, and usually this is updated when they open. And from here, you can already see like round one here closed on January 25th, 2023, which means that potentially they will possibly open once again, maybe sometime maybe there in November, and then close in January of 2024. So usually because it's every year, so you can expect the deadlines to potentially remain the same. However, they usually announce them on this website. So this is very, very, very crucial for you to go ahead and check. Now, another thing that you also want to check is the application step by step, because most programs have different applications. The step-by-step application is very different. So here you can be able to see exactly what do I need to do. I need to prepare first for the documentation, right? And then make sure that the documents are within the stipulated formats, right? And you also make sure that they cannot exceed, like for example, more than 10 MB in total. Then the step 3, how to apply and upload these documents that you have been asked for. It's also very, very crucial to check, for example, the testimonials from alumni members, right? So that you can be able to have a feel of exactly who are these people, what have they done after they have completed their studies, what exactly is it that they are now doing, which jobs did they take up, so that you can also set yourself up for success in the future. So you can know exactly what, you could potentially be able to do in the future. So now once you've gone through the program website, you've checked all the requirements, you've prepared all your documents, you've seen how to apply for this program, it's about time for you to make sure that you keep the deadlines so that you're not hurrying up at the very last minute. When you begin a process, some of the programs have like stipulated days for which you have to apply for that program. So make sure that you're keeping in all the deadlines in place so you're not hurrying up the last minute. Now, I think I will leave it at that for now, Dr. Waka Waka. And I think you can always reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram or even on Facebook. I'm Duta Wambura on all of these channels. I also have a guide where I created on how to move Europe that I share on my Twitter. It's on my pinned tweet. And you can also subscribe to my community or even on YouTube as well. And stay tuned for more webinars about, studying and life abroad, as well as Erasmus. And hopefully you shoot your shot and you don't shoot your foot instead, right?
Amazing. Thank you very, very much. This has been a fantastic session. And look, guys, if this is the opportunity you're looking for to move to Europe for free, moving between 3 countries, getting stipends, working your way to permanent residency, bringing your family along, this is the pathway that's definitely right for you. If you want to reach out to Nduta Wambura, you can do that on Instagram. She's Nduta Wambura on Instagram. She's Nduta Wambura on Facebook. She's Nduta Wambura on Twitter. She's Nduta Wambura everywhere. You can reach out to her, send her DMs, send her emails as well. And I'm sure there'll be someone to reach out to you. Thank you very much, Nduta, for coming to my show. Till I see you guys again on another episode, it's your one and only Waka Waka Doctor, and I'm signing out.